So anyways, we saw that Kangaskhan and Charizard last time. It's kind of a dual mega option, I suppose. 3 water types, and he's got his ghost type here, Gengar, which I don't believe he had last time. So anyways, these 3 water types actually threaten Sixonesix to an extent because they all hit his Garchomp. However, at the same time, they have a little bit of trouble dealing with that Rotom Wash. So it's gonna be. I think that's gonna be like the key matchup. See who manages that. Whoever comes out on that front probably will win the set. So we see the Charizard Kangaskhan lead. We've seen that before. And Lucario Rotom Wash. So now we've seen Lucario a few times here, and we've seen it in more of a supportive role, and we've seen it in the Mega role. So it'd be interesting to see which way Kamaal takes that. At any rate, it probably has inner focus. Rotom pulling back. Both players making their moves fairly quickly. Garchomp comes out. And this time, Charizard is going to Mega Evolve into its Charizard Y form. 1-2 to Nubs. Alright, and Cappy loses 1-2 to Nubs. Lucario protecting turn 1. Doesn't want to take any strange hits like a Heat Wave. And it's gonna Solar Beam that Garchomp, and that's going to do quite a bit. As far as how much, we'll find out. Just over half. And he decides to return. He tries to return the Lucario, and apparently we have Perish Song in the house. So Kamaal gets to pick his moves. Fairly swift on the selection. And Lucario following me. And Garchomp's gonna Rock Slide, and it Kangaskhan dodges the hit, but Sixonesix picks up what he means to, gets the Rock Slide off on Charizard, takes down 1 hit, and an Earthquake! Oh, that doesn't quite get into 2-hit KO range on Lucario, so no ground type advantage boost, so Zoom Roll comes out, and it does threaten that Garchomp, because Aqua Jet would probably be enough to take it out from here, but it also is part Fairy, so Play Rough would definitely KO. Play Rough would be a neutral hit against Lucario since it... Yeah, I got you. Yeah. And Rotom Wash comes out. Lucario protecting, doesn't want to risk anything. Return on Rotom. Play Rough on Lucario. Okay, so... Sixonesix takes a little bit of damage on his Rotom for that switch, but he's in a pretty good position because Lucario does a pretty good job against Kangaskhan, and Rotom does very well against Zoom Roll. However, Mega Kangaskhan maxed out is faster than Lucario maxed out. Oh, the sun's shining. Yeah. Yeah. So, Kangaskhan is base 90, I want to say? Yeah. Yeah, regular Kangaskhan is 90 speed, so it's pretty iffy territory right now.
What's Lucario's base speed? 80, like look, 80.
Yeah.
Does Mega Lucario change it at all, or? Yeah,
It's like 115 after that. Yeah, yeah. And we saw before that this Kangaskhan does not love his trainer. Although we saw it actually return before. So he changed that to return. Cappy, have you played Knock yet?
No.
Right. Alright, whatever. Just don't take too long since
I'm gonna come back here.
Yeah, okay.
I still have face again.
Alright, so return, hitting that Rotom, and critical hit, avoiding that Citrus Berry activation. That's huge. Yeah, it's just a high damage roll, you're right. And Aura Sphere not quite enough to KO. Player F is going to hit this Lucario for some good damage, and with that huge power ability, that was a huge turn for Kumatora, who actually picks up a double KO that turn. Full health Azumarill too, so this is really difficult considering. Alright, and there's that Kangaskhan which we saw. Sixonesix liking to keep that in the back. So this Azumarill really changes a lot of things because it can hit that Garchomp for some good damage, or Kangaskhan, but that Kangaskhan could threaten a fake out. 616 Mega Evolving his Kangaskhan, gaining that Parental Bond, possibly threatening a fake out. We'll see what he does here. Garchomp protecting this turn. Alright. 616's return, that's going to do a lot of damage. Superpower! Wait, isn't that... That's a tutor move, isn't it?
No, it lets it by level up.
It gets that by level up?
And it has it's an 8 move.
Okay, alright, that's fine. Alright, so superpower...
So like you can transfer it over anyway.
Yeah, oh, okay, just making sure. Alright, so, Azumarill superpower is Nup on Kangaskhan to pick up that KO. Play rough, showing what it's made of. Azumarill is going to get that Aqua Jet. Oh! 4 HP.
Is this Garchomp gonna have all odds?
Oh! That's going to be enough. It didn't need the crit. You still got one, and it's Greninja. Oh, Kumatora.
The answer.
The secret boss of Chicago. And just scalds him, picks up that last bit of those last few hit points. Wow, Kumatora picking up game 1.
Azumarill good.
Azumarill, wow.
Azumarill put it in.
We don't know. It's probably yeah. Wow, Azumarill with the Space Jam dunk. Stretched his arms out. Alright, so it's going to be interesting to see how 616 adapts to that Azumarill. Really, the big thing was when that Kangaskhan got probably the high damage roll and knocked out his Rotom. That was huge. You lose your Rotom, it takes away probably your best option for dealing away with that Azumarill, so that's huge.
No, I just saw it. Still ridiculous.
Alright, peace out. Alright.
I have a feeling, but at the same time, it's possible that it could have some adjustments since then. Like how I would play some Mo with a move gets cut. Mo wasn't doing work.
So we see that Kangaskhan, and you know it didn't even Mega Evolve last. Excuse me, it didn't even Mega Evolve last turn, and it was strong enough to beat that Rotom. So maybe we slept on Kangaskhan a little bit during VGC 2013. Probably not though, considering all the Hitmontop that were around. So, you know, these two have selected their Pokemon, and now we're just waiting to see what decisions they take. We see Flavio and Vaporeon. Interesting first choice. Okay, so Charizard is threatened by this Garchomp. This we know. However, that Lucario doesn't really like dealing with Charizard, and at the same time, this Vaporeon threatens that Garchomp. So, both players in a position where they could do some serious damage. We saw that Lucario was very supportive. Lucario is switching back, and in its place is going to be replaced by its own Charizard. Kumatora's Charizard is going to evolve, setting the sun. Seems like he's risking a potential Rock Slide. Sun's out and shining. Garchomp protecting, doesn't want anything. And ooh, Flamethrower is onto the Charizard. It hasn't Mega Evolved yet, so it actually it does not receive the additional special defense, and it actually takes quite a bit from a Sun boosted Flamethrower. Vaporeon's still sitting there, still threatens that Garchomp. Charizard going to Mega Evolve. You have to imagine it's going to be Solar Beaming that Vaporeon. Rock Slide's definitely going to take out that Charizard. One of the downsides of using Charizard is getting hit by things like that. However, Vaporeon is very specially bulky, so it could potentially take this hit and survive and land an Ice Beam. Let's see what happens. Survives! No flinch. It's going to get that Ice Beam. And you have to imagine this is probably going to KO. Yeah, no Yache Berry, which is not as common as it was in the VGC 2013 game. So each trainer losing a Pokemon. Lucario comes out to replace its fallen comrade Garchomp. A Azumarill coming out, and we saw what a Azumarill did last time. So this is definitely dangerous. 2 water types though, and the thing is, Solar Beam does a lot to a Azumarill. Azumarill is also one of those fairly bulky Pokemon, just a general trait of water types. So it might be able to take one Solar Beam, but what's this Lucario going to do? So it does the whole follow me thing. Solar Beam comes out. He's gonna hit who is Sixonesix targeting? Most likely the Azumarill, and we'll see if Azumarill can take it. Azumarill cannot. A critical hit. Oh, that's unfortunate. Surf. So it's not like a. But in the Sun, you know, Sun with that special defense boost, that's hard to beat. Surf not doing very much against Charizard, probably wouldn't pick up the KO. And now Kangaskhan's on the field. Kangaskhan kind of beat by Lucario, but at the same time able to threaten a Fake Out. Interesting to note, Follow Me does not redirect Fake Out. Follow Me is now in the +2 priority bracket. Fake Out now is still in the +3.
Oh, I thought Fake Out was always +1.
It's +3.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright, Charizard wisely protecting himself. Lucario, Sixonesix not taking any chances of this Fake Out. Shadow Ball. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting to note that Lucario, being part Steel type, does not have a resistance to Ghost anymore. Steel was stripped of 2 resistances in Dark and Ghost, so Shadow Ball would actually do some damage. Okay, so it does the whole follow me thing. 616 revealing Overheat. You have to imagine the Sun that's going to be enough to take out Kangaskhan. And at the cost of 2 special attack stages, so its next special attack is on the next turn, its special attack is half. Shadow Ball gonna hit, and you have to imagine that might actually be a good choice considering Sun boosted spread damage might be better to use Shadow Ball than Surf in this case. But right now, 616 firmly in the driver's seat. Now he just needs to make the moves that will finish off Vaporeon. And he goes for the Overheat, obviously not going for the Solar Beam with no Sun. And Vaporeon, without Sun, even at -2, will collapse to an Overheat from that range. So we're all tied up 1-1. Yeah. Alright, so now we're setting up for game 3. Who wins this takes the set. Can Kumatora unseat 616 from the 1 seed?
Kamaal hasn't lost yet?
Nope. Okay, so
Oh, deal.
Okay, so without any interruption to service, we see Lucario, Garchomp, and I really like this because Greninja threatens Garchomp with a Protean Ice Beam. Yeah, with a Protean Ice Beam. But Lucario does threaten to follow me it, so it would redirect it. However, this Kangaskhan it can still do some solid damage against that Lucario, especially considering we haven't seen Charizard, so the Mega option is there for Kangaskhan. So I'd say slight advantage to 616 in this one, but definitely you could play your way out of this one. $195. Alright, so Garchomp is, 616 being crafty. And he's got an Aura Sphere, and he's going to hit that Kangaskhan most likely. Okay, so the Garchomp saved itself from one turn without having to rely on Lucario for the follow me. So, however, Protect is only 1 out of 3 shots, so you have to imagine he won't be protecting again. So perhaps we will see some cool tricks out of that Lucario, who threatens both these Pokemon really. And oddly enough, deciding to Mega Evolve this turn, possibly forgot to hit the Mega Evolve button, which is a pretty easy mistake. We actually saw that at last week's NYC Elite Four tournament. So for those of you at regionals, do not forget to hit that button. And we see that Follow Me protect its partner, and that does a lot. Life Orb Ice Beam from Protean does so much. Oh, Rock Slide. That's not going to KO that Kangaskhan like you wanted. And it probably won't KO that Lucario because of Follow Me. And is that enough? It's enough! Oh, wow. Kangaskhan is supposed to be not supposed to be countered by Lucario, not the other way around. Yeah. Kangaskhan going in right now. It seems fairly likely that he does not have Power Up Punch based off that sequence. He saw it was not very effective the first time, so even if he didn't know his type chart, he would probably not make the same mistake twice. But he knows what he's doing based on the weapons he has at his disposal. We see Charizard come out, and we know that's 616's possible Mega. He has Kangaskhan and Charizard on his team, much like Kumatora does. The way 616 likes to play it, though, is he only brings like 1. So we see that Mega Charizard Y come out. Sun's shining. I wouldn't be expecting any water moves from the Greninja at this time. Ice Beam hits Charizard. Charizard Heat Waves first. Greninja avoids. That's huge.
That 95%.
90% actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's 95 power, 90%.
Yeah. Well, no, it's actually 75 power when split.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right. So Zoom Roll comes out. We saw last time that Solar Beam one-hit KO'd it, but that was because of a crit. So that was an unfortunate sequence of events last match. So right now we're waiting to see what 616 will do. Since that brings his Garchomp back, doesn't want to take that Ice Beam. Probably a smart play there. Rotom takes it. Aqua Jet's gonna hit Charizard. And the Sun not doing that much. Greninja Scald. Okay, good play. All right, Sun with that base special attack does a whole lot. All right, Solar Beam. This won't miss. 616 says, all right, I've had it with your water types. I'm going to Solar Beam them. All right, so the critical hit did not matter last one. And right now, 616 looking pretty good right now. Ooh, this is rough. Oh.
Wait, did he Mega Evolve though? Oh yeah, that's true.
Ice Beam. Ice Beam into the Protect most likely. Alright, smart choice. Solar Beam. Is it Solar Power? Is it?
Well, won't wash.
Is it Solar Power?
No.
No, it's not. Thunderbolt's gonna hit that Greninja, so yeah, it picks up the KO. Alright, that was a big turn for 616. That could have been bad. Alright, so right now it's 3-1, and you have to imagine 616 has this one. Overheat in the sun, that'll do a lot, especially considering Charizard isn't that bulky if it doesn't Mega Evolve. And it just survives, wow. Going for the Flamethrower. You gotta pick up whatever KO he can, go down fighting, I like that. So he takes his Charizard, you know, you don't need to Mega Evolve to beat other Charizards. And loses it from there, so good game. Where'd my pen go?
Give me a pen.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
or pencil, it doesn't matter.